hello, good afternoon. How may I help you?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm looking for birth control. I have no idea what I'm looking for. What would you recommend?
Well, birth control really depends on you and what works for you, because there are many different kinds and many different methods of birth control.
What days am I most likely to get pregnant?
Well, there are different methods to track fertile days. One of the most reliable methods of birth control is the symptothermal method, where you chart two different things. You chart your basal body temperature. This is body temperature at rest. And then also you track cervix mucus discharge. And this helps you to understand days that are fertile and not fertile. For example, in a woman who has a regular menstrual cycle, she usually experiences 3 to 7 days of menstrual bleeding, and then several days where she does not see or feel any mucus in her vagina. Then after this, they are followed by several days of wet or slippery days, where she does see and feel mucus in and around the vagina. And then there is also a rise in body temperature as ovulation occurs. And then the mucus disappears from the vagina and the vagina feels drier. This sequence of events are tracked monthly to help you understand your fertile days and avoid unprotected sex on these days. Like the fertile days usually begins with the first sensation of the mucus of the vagina and continues up to where the mucus has dried and the basal temperature has now been high for 3 days in a row. These two methods are called natural methods of birth control, but they provide no protection against sexually transmitted infections.
What contraceptive can I use immediately or during sex?
Well, most of the time what we use is the condoms. The condoms are latex sheets that are rolled over the penis to help prevent secretion, especially sperm, from entering the vagina.
Which contraceptive can I use that would allow me to be discreet before having sex?
Well, for example, before sex you can use something called a diaphragm. A diaphragm is a latex cap that covers the cervix and prevents sperm from getting inside. The diaphragm should always be used in combination with a spermicide. Spermicide, for example, like the Iprogel, these are tablets, but they also form in forms of films, paste, suppositories, and foams. This one here, they all contain one ingredient. The ingredient is called oxynol 9. And it is used to kill sperm before they enter into the uterus. There is also another contraceptive called the cervical cap, which you can use. This is a deep silicone cap that fits against the cervix and prevents sperm from entering the uterus. It is good because it provides privacy and control because you can insert it before sex, but it must also be used again with a spermicide.
What is the morning after contraceptive pill?
There are different types of morning after pills, such as the Vermahess, or this one, for example, the Post-Day. This is a type of emergency contraceptive which contains the hormone levonorgestrel, which should be used as soon as possible or less than 72 hours after unprotected sex or birth control failure.
How do daily contraceptive pills work?
There are many different types of daily contraceptives. For example, the Microgyna and the Yasmin. These contain two types of hormones, namely the estrogen and progestin, which work. They work by 3 different methods. The first method is by stopping the woman's egg from developing fully. They also thicken the cervical mucus at the opening of the uterus, making it hard for the sperm to reach the egg. And last, it also alters the lining of the uterus. This is so that the egg will not stop and develop in the uterus. With proper use, the pills is 99.9% effective, but does not provide protection against sexually transmitted infections.
What other thing can I use that I have to use less often?
Well, the most commonly used after pills is the monthly injection. This, for example, is the Mesigina. It is called a depot injection, which means that its ingredients, the hormone that it contains, is released slowly so that only one injection per month is sufficient. There is also something called the Ortho-Evra patch. Now this one here is a patch that is applied directly to the skin for 3 weeks, and then it is removed 1 week to allow menstrual bleeding. Okay, there is also another one known as the NuvaRing. This is a ring that is inserted into the vagina for 3 weeks and then taken out to allow menstrual bleeding for 1 week and then replaced. And then for long-term use, there is something called the Mirena. The Mirena is called a IUD or intrauterine device that is put up into the uterus and is effective for up to 5 years.
How can I know if I'm pregnant?
Well, the most common sign of pregnancy is a missed period. But then you can also tell, like, let's say you suspect that you're pregnant. There are early symptoms such as nausea or heightened smell. Sometimes you get food cravings, which can, if you know your body, can give you a sign that you might be pregnant.
When is it best to take a pregnancy test?
Well, a pregnancy test is used to measure a hormone in the body known as HCG. But this is present in the body after conception and implantation, but the pregnancy test, it needs to measure that hormone. And because of that, you should take a pregnancy test for it to be reliable at least 1 week after a missed period. But if you do want to know earlier, you can take a doctor's test. This one here is a blood test, and once you take it, it can be taken 6 to 8 days after ovulation.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your help. I would like to try the Yasmin, the daily birth control method.
I would like to purchase a pregnancy test because I suspect I might be pregnant.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for your
Thank you
help,
too.
ma'am. Okay.
Have a good day.
Health Smart Pharmacy. We provide products and customer-based services which include informational advice to help you select the right medication for your health problem, also a range of products, both local and imported, competitive and affordable prices, and emergency services. We are conveniently located at 87A Western Highway, Santa Elena Town, Belize. Phone number 804-4761 and emergency number 6600772. Also visit our page at Health Smart Pharmacy on Facebook.